And he was like, she's sleeping. He was like, oh, can I see? Can I see, bro? Can you see what? Hey guys, it's Queen C and we're back with another video. So this video is going to be a story time, as you can see from the title, and it's a very interesting story time, so relax, get your wine, and tune in. Where do I start? Well, I got my notes right here because I want to make sure I give you guys all the tea in the correct order, because it happened years ago when I was in college, and but like, I'm giving y'all all the tea. So this story time is the time I was in school and I had a stalker. Never in my life thought I would have one. Pray to God that I never get one again, because that shit is scary as fuck. So like, I went to a pretty big school. I'm not gonna say the school or whatever, and you can't say everybody knew everybody, but like, this person, I've never seen them before, like, at all. Been to the school. I had to be in like my junior year, I think. Yeah, I was in my junior year, but like, I've never seen this person or anything. Anyways, I'm gonna name them Tommy. So first encounter, let's start with like that. So I was heading to class. I had like an evening class, so I was leaving out of my complex, and this person, they were coming out the building at the same time, but I noticed that they had garbage. So what I did, I had headphones in, but I held the door open for them, and I guess they said thank you, but I didn't hear anything. So I had my music playing, so then I can kind of see their mouth moving, and then I took my headphones out, so I'm like, hey, because I was like, I didn't hear you, and they was like saying, oh, thank you for holding the door for me, are you heading to class? And I'm like, yeah. And then I'm just like, I don't know you, so I'm not about to really sit here. I'm friendly, but like, I'm not that friendly. And they were like, oh, me too, do you want to walk together or whatever? I'm like, okay. But it was just like, I'm not a mean person, so I'm just like, I don't know, maybe they needed a friend, I don't know, whatever. So we walked to like where the classes were. I don't know what classes they were taking, but I guess most of the classes were all in the same area, like the buildings and stuff. So we're walking, having regular conversation. Like, oh, what's your major? What's your name? What year are you? Blah, blah, blah. Like, stuff that you would say to anybody that you meet on campus or meet in class. It was nothing, like, crazy. Like, nothing, no red flags, nothing. So, it was cool conversation. I'm like, okay, bye, see you later. I didn't see them after that. I saw them, I think, the next day, but I can't remember if I saw them that day. Basically, it was a time after that, and I think it was that day, like before I got to class, and they was like, oh, do you want to grab a bite to eat? I'm thinking like, where like the food court is and stuff, but they said, oh, do you want to go to the mall and grab something from like Burger King? I can't remember what was in the food court, but I know they said you want to grab something real quick, and I'm thinking like, okay, cool, like maybe they didn't want to go by themselves because it's like, it's gonna be nighttime soon. Not nighttime, but like evening. And we all live on college. What am I saying? We're all on the same campus or whatever. So like, maybe they just wanted to make a new friend. Fine, whatever. I said sure, because I didn't expect them to pay or anything. Like, I was gonna pay for myself, but I didn't see anything wrong with that. I'm like, okay, whatever. That went okay. I think I met up with them at the bus stop or something. Then we took the bus to get food and then came back. I went back to my room. They went back to theirs. I can't really remember because it was years ago. But this is where shit got creepy. So the second encounter, I was on my way back to my room from class. I was walking up the stairs and they're just in the hallway. But like, the way the building was set up, it's like the hallway is kind of narrow, so like you could just get blocked. So they just standing like this with their hands like basically blocking like my way to get past them. And I'm like, hey, and I'm like, are you okay? And they said, yeah, like I saw you out the window. I wanted to stop you in the hallway. I'm like, okay. And I can't remember like why they did that. It was just weird, like how you can't really stop somebody like you know, like that's kind of like creepy. I don't really know you that well, and you just doing this. So I felt like that was kind of weird. I'm like, okay. And you looking out the window and you see me and you're just gonna pop up. Like, make it less obvious, or make it less creepy at least, but whatever. I think after that, I kind of was creeped out from that one moment. I just kind of kept my distance. Like, I feel like if I would have saw them, maybe I'd say hi and bye and that's it. But there was like maybe like a week later or a couple weeks later, I was in my room with my roommates, my friends, and we were all like, I know it was a Thursday night because that's when Scandal was on, and we all were in my room. We were about to start doing our homework together and watch TV, and I get a knock on the door, so I went to go get it, and it's him at the door with his book bag, and he's like, oh, can I study with you guys? And I'm like, what you mean study with us? And how the hell do you know we're in studying and doing our homework and shit? And what was weird to me, I did not know that this person, Tommy, lived right under me. So I don't know if he heard us talking or we talking too loud and he just knew we was about to study, but that shit was crazy. I'm like, okay. Like, I don't know why I was so nice, and I just like said okay. Like, it was so awkward because all my friends were on my bed and he's just at the desk doing his work, but we're all just looking like this is awkward as hell because we don't know. I don't know why my dumb ass was so nice to let this nigga in the house, because I don't know, like, I was being too nice. I thought that shit was weird. We all thought it was weird because how the hell did you know we was about to do homework? Okay, so this is when shit really started getting fucking weird, bro. I think I went home one weekend and texts me and says, hey, do you want to watch a movie? Man, he says, hey, and I didn't respond because I was already creeped out from the other encounters. I didn't respond. He said, what you doing? Never responded. Mind you, I'm all the way home, not nowhere near where the school was, and he's just texting me, but I'm not responding, and he's like saying, what you doing? Hey, not getting no response. Then he starts saying like, oh, well, I'm laying down. And I'm like, oh, I didn't say nothing, like literally not responding to anything. Then he says, just wanted to see if you wanted to watch a movie. Never responded. Then he says, I'm gonna watch this movie. I forgot what movie he said. Then he's like, oh, I think an hour later, oh, the movie was good. And just starts talking like non-fucking stop, like to himself. That shit was fucking crazy to me, and I was really worried. And at that point, I was like, I gotta tell my mother. So I showed my mother the messages. It was, I kid you not, like 16 messages of him talking to himself, no response. That shit was fucking crazy to me. My mother was like, I gotta report this to the residential office, and for my safety, she didn't even feel safe for me to go back because it was showing too many red flags. Like, now you're talking to yourself. You knew that we was in my room studying. You invited yourself, and like shit just got so fucking weird. The crazy thing is, I've never given that person any ideas of me being interested. And they didn't give me that idea either. Like, especially from like the first encounter, like I didn't even like see or get any signs of that. I'm just thinking like, you know, I just meet them on campus. They're cool. We could be friends. Nothing more than friends. But it didn't even make it to friendship because the shit was just weird already. I never gave this person a hug. Nothing. Like, no affection, nothing. So it was just so weird to me. And I have trust issues, so like it takes me a while to even gravitate towards people. Like, I was really just being friendly. Biggest mistake. The very last encounter. I'm gonna make this story time real short or whatever because it was so much going on, but I'm gonna just give y'all like the major encounters. The very last encounter was like the most bizarre, creepiest, scariest shit of my life. I was in my room or in the apartment room, whatever, with my friends, and I had like a guy friend that he was like a big brother to us, and he was over. And we all just chilling in the living room, whatever, chatting it up. Somebody rings the bell. Y'all can only guess it was Tommy. And he's just, but I looked through the peephole first, and I was just like, oh, hell no. So my ass ran to my room, and my guy friend answers the door. And the guy is like, my guy friend is like, yo, So Tommy is like, Tommy comes and he's like, oh, he's asking for me, like seeing if I'm there. And my friend is like, no. And then he was like, oh, okay, then leaves. So then 10 minutes later, he comes back and he's like, he knocked on the door again. I run to my room. My friend answers it. He's like, oh, can I borrow some sugar? First of all, I haven't never seen or heard anybody actually ask for sugar unless it's in a fucking movie. So that shit was like so, like, I don't know, that shit was mad out of the ordinary. My friend was like, sugar for what? He was like, my rice. We should have known from fucking there that shit was, I never heard of, maybe it's just me, but I've never heard of anybody using rice and sugar, like putting sugar in their rice, whatever. Yeah, so like I've never heard of sugar in your rice, whatever. Maybe it's just me. Anyways, that shit was weird. So then he was like, no, we don't got sugar. And that shit pissed my friend off because he's like, who the fuck put sugar in they rice? Anyways, if you do that, I'm sorry. Let me know how that is, because I've never heard of that. No judgment. The very last time he rung that bell at least 3 times. I think, no, maybe it was that second time. And he was like, oh, is she back? Like asking for me. And he was like, she's sleeping. He was like, oh, can I see? Can I see, bro? Can you see what? Can you see me sleeping in my bed? That shit was mad fucking crazy. And he had to curse it out. Like, what the fuck do you mean, can you see, like, on some creep shit? Like, why the fuck would anybody let you in my house to watch me sleeping? Like, that's really some wild shit. So, he cursed him out. That was the last I heard from him. I think, if he texted me again, I'm pretty sure I blocked the number before that, so he probably wasn't able to contact me. That's probably why he was ringing the bell. But, like, that shit was so weird. It really took a toll on me, like, that whole experience, because I would, like, at first people thought it was, like, funny or whatever. Like, not funny, but, like, they didn't see, like, the seriousness of it. But, like, I really feared for my life. So, my recommendation, my advice to college students, just anybody in general, I don't care how old you are, do not be nice to strangers. Not to say don't be nice to them, but please, like, watch out for red flags, be aware, like, don't be that friendly, because you really don't know people, how crazy people can be. So if you guys enjoyed this story time, let me know in the comments, and let me know if you'd like me to post more story times, because I have a lot. So let me know. Anyways, thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.